Hey everyone, welcome back to Coursera. Today we are again back with another problem solving question. So today's question is permutation and we'll be solving it off with the help of recursion and backtracking. Although recursion and backtracking we are following these sort of questions from past 2 days, and today is also one more question added onto it, but we will not going to go for an unoptimized brute force because it's been around 40 days we are doing this level up series, and I think you should have got a bit more familiar with these terminologies. So now with it, let's get into the problem statement and see how we can find the solution for it. So today's question is on LeetCode. I will take the screenshot at first, and the question name is permutation. So let me take the screenshot, now placing it here, and here we are. Now, if I will hover over the permutation, you will get the definition of permutation, and I think you might have solved any of the problems of permutation while doing your 11th, 10th, or 12th class. So permutation is a rearrangement of all the elements inside our array. So with the same, let's try to find out the solution for it. So if like the question number is basically 46, and the problem statement which is given to us is given an array nums of distinct integer, we have to return all the possible permutation in any order. Okay, so in any order we can return it off. So it will be like 1, 2, 3. If this is the array which is given to us, we can turn it off in any of the orders. We have to find all the permutation. But two things which we have to keep in mind. First of all is integers are distinct, means whatever the numbers in this array will be, they will be unique. There will be no similar ones in this. Along with that, we can return answer in any of the orders, so we didn't have to care about the order basically. Now let's get into the permutation terminology, like how will it work. So if in this array the number of terms is equals to 3, then the number of permutation possible will be 3 factorial, means 3 into 2 into 1. And similarly, if we have two values, just taking here, if we have two values, then two permutations will be possible. So that's all. And for the permutation, it is like we have to rearrange this array again and again. One is first of all will be placed at first position, then doing rearrangement of these two, then also rearranging it back, and then placing two here, then doing rearrangement of these, then rearranging these back, putting three here, rearrangement of these two, and the rearranging these back. Now let's try to predict the pattern which we will get from here. So it will be like if 1, 2, 3 is given to us. Firstly, let's hold off a single element. Let's hold off our first element. First element, okay, take these two elements. Okay, so it will be first permutation. Second will be let the first element to be here only and swap the values. 3, 2. Okay, it is done. Both of the possible ones are done. Go to the next one. Third, it will be let's place 2 here first. Now 3 and 1 and 3 will be here. This is our first element. Swapping these two, picking 2 here only. It will be first 2, 3, 1. So it will be the rearrangement of this will be 2, 3, 1. And next will be our 3 basically. So 3 will be placed here. And then we will do with 1 and 2. 1, 2, and then first is here. Sixth will be 3, 2. So that's how it will work. So now let's figure out the steps. So steps will be if I have to like consolidate or if I have to summarize. The first step is to iterate, iterate over array and take elements at first place and then rearranging the other ones. means a swap should happen. Iterating over the array and swap, these are the two things which should happen. But the swap should always happen of the next one, not the, this specific problem. So we have to do this step recursively. Now let's think about the recursive approach. So if I will make a function recur and a vector of vector type means 2D vector will be there. There will be ARR which will be given to us and an index. So whenever our index, so if our index is equals to ARR dot size, when our index reaches ARR dot size, then in the answer, and this 2D is our answer, then in our answer we will be pushing back our ARR only because we have swapped the values of ARR. Now here you have to keep one thing in mind. We are swapping the values, that is for sure, but we have to we have to swap them back also. So iteration will be needed, for loop will be needed for sure, but after the for loop, a swap should be done from the ith element and index, recursively calling it again, that recur function only, doing the swap again, and that's how we can like somehow solve this off. Now let's check if our approach works here or not. So we will go to LeetCode. Here we are. Now we have to first of all write vector type int answer. A recur function will be there, which will be passing off our answer, our nums, and our index. Index is zero by the way from in beginning. And at the end we are returning off the answer. That's what we needed. Next comes up our another function which is recur. So it will be void recur. So how it will be working off is vector of vector type int, and we will be using AND operator so that the changes will be here. It will be passed as a reference answer, then vector type int nums, then int index. And if our index will reach nums dot size, in that case, in our answer, we will be pushing back, our nums and then returning off. It is basically the base case of our recursive call, making a for loop which will be running from int I equals to index because we didn't need to swap the elements from the start only. From the next only or from the index only we have to swap off the elements. I less than nums dot size I plus plus doing the swap operation. It is basically not ARR, it is nums, swap off the nums and nums ith index, and then we have to call the recursive call again, recur, our answer, nums, and index will be getting increased for the next items. Again, we will be swapping these nums back. And here we go. Now let's run this and see if it works or not. There is answer, yeah, my bad. So we have to return answer in the vector type means the 2D vector form, and that's how we are working off, and that's how it is working absolutely fine. Let's submit this and see if it got submitted or not. It will for sure get submitted easily, and the time complexity here you can see that like we are using it for computation, and the factorial term which I said you that will be for implemented in front of you. And that's how this problem is working off, and we are able to find solution of it. So you can try to solve this problem in a similar way, or you can try go with the brute force only using the two for loops and then doing it again and again. But for now, we are done with this problem statement, and that's all for the video. I hope you like it. I hope you will solve this also. I will be pasting the question link in description. So that's all for the video. Thanks for watching.